Attack of the Show. We are TV's only source for all the stuff you care about, even on bogus holidays. Ain't that right, Kevin?
Baby, you better believe it. Now, every Monday, we like to make sense of the gaming stories that matter the most. It's time for a game break. Joining me today is none other than gaming expert Jeff Keighley. Jeff, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Kevin.
Always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend.
Yeah.
So let's get to it now.
This is the season, right?
Oh, yeah, this is huge. The hype surrounding the Xbox 360 title Gears of War has exponentially grown since last year's E3, and gamers have marked November 12th as Emergence Day, and they eagerly await their chance to dip into some next-gen goodness. Now, you've actually had your hands on this game.
Yes.
You've played it.
I went to Barcelona, played it. I played sort of the version they had at XO6, which was a big event in Barcelona. So got to play through sort of the first 3 or 4 missions of single player, which is something that no one's seen before.
And?
It's good. I think it's hard to really give a verdict on it. I think it might be a little...
Jeff, I was expecting you to start tap dancing and scream from the heavens.
I like it. I just like to be careful until you play the final version. But I think it's great. I mean, the thing is, it's got this stop and pop gameplay. That's the big idea in it, right? So it's not just run and gun. You're sort of, it's all about ducking for cover. I'm worried it might be a little repetitive and that you're doing the same thing again and again. And the thing is, they haven't shown the vehicle stuff. They're hiding that. There's a lot of this game that they're hiding. So it plays great. I mean, it's by far, one of the best Xbox 360 games this year.
Do you think even perhaps, a 3-level demo, of course, it's very hard to judge a game, but do you think perhaps even co-op could save the game if it does turn out, in fact, to be repetitive? Yeah,
absolutely. That's the cool thing is you can co-op. You can just jump into the game, play with your friend, and the multiplayer is tons of fun. Chainsawing guys. So absolutely, it's going to be great. But I just, is it going to be game of the year? I mean, it's a little early to say that.
I was even reading on Kotaku a while back. People were saying there might be some control issues with this. If we're holding one button to run and it's also the same button to hide for cover, your guy might stop when you really want to pop and lock or whatever Cliffy's doing.
Yeah, it's a little difficult. I mean, the thing is, it has good sort of on-screen icons, but yeah, it's a more complicated game. It's not just press forward and
it's not like a WarioWare minigame.
No, and it's not like Halo. I remember Halo used to be able to just like gun through a level if you wanted to just by moving forward and shooting. So there's more strategy to this one.
All right, that's good to hear. Next up now, whether or not we like it, the PlayStation 3 is going to launch on November 17th, and that's about 6 weeks away. And last we heard there were some possible overheating issues at TGS, but Sony was quick to shoot down those rumors. Jeff, we've seen nothing, it seems, but negative press about this machine. How is the PS3 doing?
I had a final PS3 in my hands in Tokyo. I mean, it is hot on sort of the lower right side, and I mean, it is warm.
I love the way you described it. You got your hands on it. It was a little warm.
It was there, but it's cool though. It's got like this slot loading, so I mean, you literally just press the PS3 and the disc comes out and stuff. So I mean, it's a beautiful machine. I think the stuff looks good, and everyone's saying like, is it a weak launch lineup? I mean, I think it's just as good, if not better, than Xbox 360 last year. I mean, remember they were talking about
Cameo, come on now.
And they were talking about how Perfect Dark Zero is the next Halo. I mean, where is that now? It's not even in the top 20 for,
Well, they
Xbox
were talking about
games.
that, but gamers weren't talking about that.
I know, but that's I think this year...
I think gamers are a little underwhelmed with the launch, especially if you consider there was a preliminary list that was compiled by some random forum guy, so it's not for sure, but that Warhawk and that Motorstorm might not actually be launch titles.
Warhawk's definitely not coming out until summer of 2007. Motorstorm, they haven't officially confirmed. I think next week they're going to say.
But these are the games that I think gamers are looking for.
But Resistance is going to be big. I mean, I'd argue Resistance is a better, look at PS2 launch.
Better than Perfect Dark, that's for sure.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. And what do they have for PS2 launch? I mean, SSX and, Madden and stuff like that. But there was no big first-person shooter like Resistance. So I think, overall, I think it's just as strong as any launch lineup that has happened in the past couple of years.
Very quickly, final word. The average gamers out there watching, they have to save their pennies. Would you tell them get a PS3 on launch day if you can, yes or no?
The average gamer? I don't know. If you're a hardcore gamer, I think you're going to want one. I mean, I don't think you want to settle with just the Wii.
All right, noted. Thank you, Jeff.
No,
that's a good recommendation. I agree with it. We will continue to cover all the hottest gaming stories every Monday right here on the Game Break. Right now, let's get back to Miss Olivia Munn.
Still coming up, you will believe the Phantom of the Opera can kick some ass. We've got the trailer for 300 on TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.